Hi everybody, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to Just Add Ginger and thank you very much for clicking on this video. Today I am joined by boyfriend. We are here. Hi. We are here because I really wanted to fill you guys in on wedding planning things and film the second video in the wedding planning. I think I called it Ginger Gets Engaged. The Ginger Gets Engaged wedding series that I'm hopefully going to be doing from now up until more towards the wedding itself.
Big day.
But as we sit now, today, here in this very room, on this very day, and looking at that very sky, it has been 6 weeks post-proposal, so lots of things have been going on, and
Tons.
In the past 3 weeks we have been doing a lot more together, haven't we?
I have done something towards this way.
We have been doing things together and separately, so I wanted to have boyfriend here so that we could talk through things together, because after all, I am marrying you,
Yes,
not myself.
we are getting married.
Yes, so that's what we're going to do today. As always, Dave is here with us. He's currently sitting on top of the chest of drawers, so I do apologise if you hear any background noise, but we cannot control him because he is a cat and he might bite our feet or something, which we don't want to happen when we're filming a video, so I'm really sorry.
Yeah. He's
and
stung
that is all. Oh yes, he got stung by a wasp.
on the foot.
On the foot, so he hasn't been that...
So he has to be in here with us. We can't leave him because it's sad.
Yeah, we feel really sorry for him. But the wasp is now gone. You're not going to...
We have booked a provisional date.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We have.
We have. It's one of the most important things to do is set a date.
We were talking about it at the start, the first video I think that I filmed. We had a date, but we weren't really sure. Basically, we wanted to get married on April Fool's Day, but for various reasons we couldn't, and so then we moved on to thinking about the Monday after April Fool's Day, but
I think we were thinking the Monday because we thought it would be cheaper.
Yeah.
But our wonderful venue,
it is pretty snazzy.
It is awesome out, and I'm not sure we're going to tell them or.
No, I don't think we do have a venue 95% confirmed, but we're not going to say where it is because I think it should be a bit of
our day. It's not YouTube's day. So
no, but we can say, but like maybe further down.
We can after the wedding's happened. We'll show you. We don't want our millions of fans turning up and crowding the place
wanting us to sign autographs. Like no,
I say I mean Jacqueline's fans.
Sorry, gotta go get married. Can't do it time for this.
Busy today, busy.
Oh, that was really evil.
It was evil.
Sorry.
So that was the Monday, and then we found out there's no difference in price.
But it wasn't just that, was it? Like, both our mums have become friends, pen pals, and you know, obviously, speaking about wedding things.
I call it conspiring.
I don't think there's any conspiracy here, but they were concerned. Not collectively.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, collectively, that if we chose the Monday, that not everybody would be able to make it. So we spoke to both of them, and I think we kind of decided that as much as having a weekday wedding might have taken the cost down, because our venue has a fixed price for weekday and weekend.
So there's no price difference there.
It wouldn't really make a difference. And oh, there's the cat.
Yeah.
Saturday might be a better option to make sure everyone can get there.
But I mean, for other places and other venues, it's something to think of because it can mean maybe £200 to £300, maybe £400 difference on the actual price of a venue if you have it midweek versus weekend. And
that's one of the things that we were thinking about, because in terms of weddings, our budget is relatively small. So where we can keep costs down, we're trying to. But the venue that we are hopefully going to have.
We are 95% confirmed with the venue.
Yes.
We have one little last trip to see the events manager, and we just ask one or two little tiny detailed questions, nothing too like.
Nothing major.
Yeah, and then none of them are deal breakers anyway. No, and I think we have to send away a deposit and then That's it. It's our venue.
For the day.
Yeah,
Nobody else will get married that day.
Well,
there.
That is it.
Not nobody else in the world will get married that day.
We don't know. We might be that
We
special.
might just have exclusive rights on that date.
Mm-hmm.
Worldwide.
So that's good. I mean, that's a massive, massive thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Because it means we get to send out save the dates.
Mm-hmm.
Give everybody their STDs.
Yeah, post our STDs to everyone. It'll be quite fun.
And then I think it will seem even more real.
It feels very real, but it is getting realer.
It's more like semi-surreal. So I'm still in that space where I'm watching Don't Tell the Bride and
Say
Yes to the Dress. I'm like, oh, weddings.
Mm.
I'm going to get married one day. And then like once we have the venue, we'll be like, right,
I am getting married.
I'm getting married on
the day.
Hopefully the 2nd of April,
Mm-hmm.
2016.
It's quite official then at that point, isn't it?
Rather.
You know, so we were pulling things together. We've asked one of our very good friends to make us a cake.
Yes.
And she has an infinite amount of experience in doing it. She's a top-notch baker.
Mm-hmm.
And she actually baked the cake for my friend's wedding in Finland, and it was unbelievable actually, because she was used all the ingredients that she was working with when she'd done the practice cakes here. When she got over to Finland, they didn't have, so the likes of double cream, they don't have double cream, so she couldn't make the ganache the same way, so she had to literally a few days before the actual ceremony do about 3 test bakes in a day and just try and get I think it was a butterscotch, or I can't remember exactly what the filling was, but basically just done it from scratch, and like was one of the most unbelievable cakes I've ever had. It was absolutely gorgeous. Like
GBBO, eat your heart out. Yeah, it's good. I don't want a boring cake. I want a cake that's like
embodies us, our characters.
Yeah, but I want people to remember the cake. Like, oh, remember that wedding and there was that amazing cake, wasn't it fantastic?
Yeah, it wasn't a standard fruit cake, boring marzipan.
I'm not having fruit.
We've also organised a to make it even more official, an engagement party, which I wanted to do because I mean the venue's got a certain number to it, and I've got quite a significant family, and we got quite a lot of friends and that, and we want to sort of have everyone at an engagement party, but then when it comes to the day ceremony and that, it's only going to be a certain number of people, isn't it?
Yeah. Thing is, well, I'm not sure what the maximum number is for the day, because my planner's downstairs. Obviously,
I've got 60 something.
It is 60 something, but I'm not entirely sure of the exact, and then it's got a specific number that you can go up to in the evening,
120.
with day and evening guests together. But you know, you have to stick to that because of fire regulations for your venues. You can't just, try and what's the word? Bargain? No, not bargain. Bargain your guests.
Yeah, you can't just squeeze them
I'll squeeze that one in.
Yeah. Well, I think we're all right for in the day. I think the numbers are limited for the actual wedding breakfast, so if people are not eating, so you're willing to just sit there and not eat, then they can come, but I'm not sure many people will be up for that anyway.
No, it's more because I'm going to have 2 flower girls and they're going to be still quite young, so they're not going to want to have, we're going to have the place where we're getting married offer a 3-course menu and then evening food and canapes upon arrival after the ceremony, so that's a lot of food for 2 little mouths to have, so they're not really going to eat. So I've asked the venue if it's okay if they bring their own food, and I think if they're not going to eat the menu, then they don't count as numbers, but they count as bodies.
Yeah, which really which is good, because that means because when it comes to counting this, if you have a flower girl or a little page boy and stuff like that, then they're not obviously not going to eat adult food.
No, not if they're young.
No.
Young, like toddler
age,
which ours are going to be.
So it's good to find out whether A, there's a child's menu, or B, they can actually bring along, especially if they're really young, bring along like their own food.
Yeah, especially if you've got babies.
Yeah, babies.
A lot of places, not necessarily if you're getting married, but restaurants and cafes do have the facility for you to take your own baby food and they will heat it up for you.
like bottle warmers
or
and
formula, things like that. So that's something that we weren't really sure about, but we checked with the venue to get some clarification. So remember that. Remember that if you've got guests who are going to be young when they are at the wedding, to make sure A, if they count in terms of mouths to feed for the wedding breakfast, and B, if children's menus or facilities for baby food
feeding up the
there.
babies.
Yeah.
Like, and I think a good thing to remember is that if there's anything in terms of like any aspect of like the wedding itself, is just always speak to like the venue manager or the event manager, because I mean their sole job is really to make sure it goes smoothly, and at the moment we haven't had any issues. And there was a bit of downtime when we couldn't, because the venue closed for a week or two over the summer, where we were like, oh, they haven't got back to us, maybe we've lost the date, and we're getting a bit paranoid. But you know, so anyway, just always ask, never not ask. Yeah,
because I mean, even if you're not sure on something, because I mean, we've never planned a wedding before, obviously, and I'm sure that, you know, if you're watching this, there's a chance that you may not have planned one before. So we don't know really what we're meant to be doing, basically.
No.
But any questions that we've had, or any, you know, ideas, whatever, you know, either I've written them in my planner to think of at another time, or I've emailed a question off to the venue to ask, because, you know, there's no point sitting there stressing.
And even if it's stuff not to do with the venue, even if it was like, have you got any like preferred photographers, or, you know, these are the things we've got sorted out. You know, we've actually said that in our first meeting. These are the things we thought about.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you can think of that we might need to think about? And
sorry, I was just going to say, that's where that book that I mentioned in the first video came in really handy, because it actually gives you lists of questions to ask at certain points. So I will link the details again in the down bar below if you want to go and check that out. But I really, really recommend that book.
It is a must buy, actually, yeah.
Yeah, even if that's the only thing you use it for, it's just got pointers. You actually sat there in the first meeting, didn't you?
I got the book out.
And went through everything and got everything answered.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I can't even remember what the questions were, but it was good.
Yeah, it's things like
one of them was about candles, and that was actually really relevant. It was like, are we okay to have candles? Like, yeah, you can have them in this room, but you can't have them in the library.
But this is what we recommend. Yeah. And this is what other couples have had.
Yeah, and we've looked since and actually not picked anything up just yet, but we've sort of priced up what it is for like LED candles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's one thing we didn't include in the list. We've kind of been brainstorming between everybody, and we've kind of come up with not a theme for the wedding, but ideas for like centerpieces and table. I know it seems a long way off, but you know, I think we've come up with a really cool.
The earlier you start thinking about it, and you've got all that time for it to just in the back of your mind to like formulate into a proper image.
But not if you give yourself enough time, and you know, it's an idea where you have to source things or price things up or order things from different countries. Say, I don't know, if the prices are better, then that gives you a lot of time to, you know, do that, get everything, and make sure that when it arrives it's what you want. You know, because, you know, you could have an idea and then send for something, it arrives, and you're like, oh, yeah, actually, I don't like that anymore.
Well, and I mean, in terms of decisions, and that we've both now sorted out our like bridal and groom parties. You've asked.
Yeah, I'm gonna have. We're kind of being unconventional in a way. I'm going to have 2 maids of honour, or honourable maids as I'm calling them, and then 2 bridesmaids and 2 flower girls. And you're going to have
2 best men. And basically the father of the bride and my father, and someone else. I neglected to ask them the other week, but never mind. Yeah. So. A groomsman?
Yeah, groomsman.
Usher.
Yeah.
Anyway. Need the cat to the biggest thing, like, absolutely huge thing, which I haven't been involved in at all, because I want to keep it a secret until...
So difficult.
Yeah, I know, but I honestly, I want it to be like, when I see it the first time, I want it to be when I'm like standing at, not the altar, but where you get married.
Yeah. So,
Guess.
you probably guessed what it is, but as I said in the previous video, I plan to go down when we're with my parents to go for a wedding dress, a wedding dress appointment in the town where my parents live, and I took my mum and I took one of my maids of honour, dishonourable maids, honourable maids, Saunders, who you've seen in my Amsterdam vlogs from like 2 years ago or something, or a year ago, I don't remember. Was it a year ago? No.
Was it?
I don't know. But anyway, yeah, took my mum and Saunders, and I found my dress. So that was a big thing. I didn't expect to.
There's a book in this house that has a picture of this dress in.
Yeah.
And I'm not. Jackie actually said, "Do you want to see it? I want you to see it. But I was like, no, I want it to floor me for the first. When I see it, I don't want to be in tears, obviously, but I want it to floor me. I want it to be like, wow. And I think it will, because I know Ginger has exquisite fashion sense and taste.
It was like kind of going to be, I thought it was going to be a really hard thing to do, because before we went down I didn't know what I wanted, so I asked you and I asked my mum and I asked Saunders just to pick a few things out of because the place where I got it has a website, just to pick a few things out on the site that they thought that I might look good in, to give me some ideas, and I picked a few things out as well. And you know, as we were trying on dresses, so I was trying on dresses, my mum and Saunders kind of marked them on various things that I wanted them to see and took pictures. That's one thing I will say. If you're going to try on dresses, take a camera or get somebody to take a camera, because the way that you feel in a dress and you feel that a dress looks on you could look completely different being photographed. So that was really important, because I tried on a few dresses, and when I saw myself in them, you know, looked down at the dress as I was like trying them on and things, I thought, oh, it looks quite nice. But then Saunders or my mum, or you know, one of the shop assistants had a dress as well, took a picture, and I looked at it and I thought, actually, no,
it's very
doesn't suit me. So you know, obviously when you have the photographer on the day, they're going to have really professional equipment and maybe additional lighting and things like that, but you want to feel like you look and feel $1 million on your day.
It is your day, like the most special point in your life. You want to make sure you look absolutely the bee's knees. Yeah,
but I mean, I knew it was the dress, because I just felt like a Hollywood star. And
did the staff say, "Are you saying yes to the dress?"
No, I said I'm saying yes to the dress.
What a missed opportunity that one, wasn't it?
But Saunders cried, my mum cried, then I cried. So
no, see, that's nice.
Yeah. So I'm gonna trying on the dresses. I decided I'm gonna have the dress, obviously, and I also tried on a cathedral veil. So that's what I'm gonna have for the ceremony, and then just take it off for the evening. But yeah, it was such an amazing experience.
It was.
It was. I had the best time trying on dresses there, and the sales assistants were just, it was just amazing. So, got my dress, and they're actually going to sew. At my parents' house, I've got my granny's wedding dress. She's no longer with us, unfortunately. But to make her a part of the wedding, they're gonna sew a little piece of her wedding dress. It's gonna look like I'm fondling myself. I'm really not. They're going to put it, sew it so it's close to my heart, and then I'm going to have my grandmother, who's again no longer with us, her pearls restrung, and wear those as my wedding jewellery.
That's really, really nice.
Yeah, so I mean, those were things that we asked when we were there if they were a possibility to do. The other thing related to the dress that I do want to tell you, if you've never tried on wedding dresses before, you probably will experience this if you order one when you go. When you're ordering a dress, they take your measurements. They will order the dress to the size of the widest part of you. obviously they want to do this to make sure it fits. They will tailor it when you go to fittings, but please don't get a shock if they order a dress that's several sizes bigger than you normally are. I went and we were ordering the dress. I got measured and they ordered mine in a size 14 because of my derriere. I'm not, you know, I'm an average size girl.
I'd say you were slight.
But my bum is big for, you know, me. Bum and thighs is like where I carry my main portion of weight.
I'd say where you carry your womanliness.
What, childbearing hips?
Yes, you have a, not to like be disgusting YouTube, but she has a very nice bum, and actually didn't one of the what did the shop assistant say to you?
No, it was that I was trying on dresses, and some of them I was trying on, like I just wanted to try them on for the silhouette. So I tried on one, and it was a slimmer fit, and I said, does my bum look big in this? Like, seriously, because I didn't want it to, you know, look ridiculous. And they were like, no, and I said, oh good, because on the day I don't want my bum to look bigger than my head. And that sent everybody.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? But you know, you do worry about these things when you're trying on dresses. But yeah, I bought my dress, it's all ordered. They said it takes about 6 to 9 months to come in, which is another thing to consider because I always thought it was about 6 months. So leave as much time as you need plus more to go shopping and order your dress, because the shop is really good. It's not, you know, where we live. I've got to go down for my fittings, but they've said they will tell me when it's in and then we'll hold it for, you know, as long as I need. If I can't come down in a certain time, they will just keep it there. And
you've been and visited them since.
I have. I went to go and visit my dress
with
one of my other bridesmaids. Yeah.
Take your sister.
It's really difficult to like. Yeah, I've shown everybody in the bridal party almost the dress, so that's okay. But I don't know how. I'm just a bit concerned about how it's going to work with fittings, because I'm intending to hopefully not lose loads of weight, but just a tiny bit of weight before the wedding. But when it comes to fittings, you've got to leave the last one up to the 11th hour. Yeah. Because with the stress and everything, your body is gonna fluctuate weight-wise.
It doesn't matter how, like, who you are. You will go up or down at something, because your head's gonna be like
Yeah. But it's just I love it.
You should have told them about the marking, because I thought that was quite clever.
I can't remember what
dress tips, where you don't just look what's it look like, how's it move, like what's the, you know, when you turn, does it flow nicely, does it like what's comfort level, like break it down into different marks, and then that way if there's something about one dress you like, then you know you can identify what key characteristic of that dress is good, and then see if there's another dress that has that plus the other one of another dress. Like it might be the look of one but the feel of another.
Yeah, because I mean when I tried on the dress that I'm going to actually wear, one of the things that Saunders said was that when I turned, like it just looked beautiful. And you've got to consider, you know, when we're, you know, at the altar, we're like this, we can see each other, but the people behind you are only going to see silhouette, the back of you. So I mean, with a man, you know, the suits will be tailored and they'll look really smart. But if you're looking for a dress, I think having, you know, some detail on the back will just give something for your guests to just, you know, look at, rather than, you know, sit there twiddling their thumbs.
Yes.
Which hopefully ours won't be.
No, well, I mean, we'll have like fireworks and stuff, and a clown, a juggler while this is going on.
That's
so
it.
We'll be entertained.
That's the
second
3 to 6 week Ginger gets engaged
post proposal
update.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't seem like it's been that long, which it hasn't, but I think we've done quite a lot of the important things.
In the classical wedding timetable, I think we're ahead of the game. the venue's quite a big thing to get sorted.
But I wanted to because, you know, it is getting towards the run up to Christmas. I didn't want to spend Christmas
worrying.
Yeah,
that's true.
Because, you know, when it gets to April next year, that's when things really have to
Panic.
not panic, but just get more sorted. So with the big things out the way, we can have all that time
Details.
to just be
fun and have love.
Be free. Be a tree.
Be a tree free. Tickle. Diddly dee.
Thank you so much for watching this video, everybody. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and leave us a comment if you have any tips or if you're going through the wedding planning process yourself or anything wedding. Leave us a comment. Let us know any good suggestions, things like that. And for more videos like this one, please hit the subscribe button and I will catch up with you soon. Bye! Bye.
Do your thing then.
Do my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Be a tree.
Be a tree. A tickle tree. This is
Enough talking shit.
Hey!
Yay!
Oh, that should be in a bloopers, definitely. Good place, good place, good place, good place. We're in a good place.
I'm a tree.
I'm a tree. Oh, I'm dizzy.
Monday?
Wednesday? It is. What would Danny do?
Can't do it.
Do the video.
I sound like I'm pushing out a poo. Take 5,002.
10. Is that a number?